Oh, there he is.
All rise.
He looks the same as last.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Good morning, everybody. We have some people on Zoom here too, so we'll get a high rate. Okay, let's get on the record, please. Thank you. Okay, we are now on the record in State of Idaho versus Bryan C. Kohberger, CR 29222803. Mr. Kohberger is in the courtroom along with his attorney, Ms. Taylor. I believe also part of the team is Jay Lonston and Elisa Massa, who is participating by Zoom, I believe. The state is represented by Mr. Thompson, Latah County Prosecutor's Office, or Prosecuting Attorney. Ms. Jennings is of that office too, Latah County Prosecutor's Office. Also part of that team is Ingrid Beatty and Jeff Nye, both from the Idaho Attorney General's Office. I'm John Judge. If you don't know me, I'm a Latah County District Judge, and I'll be presiding over this case. So, Mr. Kohberger, you've already heard a lot of what I'm going to tell you at your initial appearance, but I'll repeat it to you because it's important, and I want to remind you of these issues. So I'll briefly cover your rights, the charges against you, and the maximum penalties if you are found guilty or if you plead guilty. So I'm going to start with the rights. You have a constitutional right to have an attorney represent you throughout these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, then one is appointed at public expense. Ms. Taylor and her team have already been appointed, so that's taken care of. You have a right to a speedy and public jury trial where the state would be required to prove every element of each charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. At that trial, you would have the right to cross-examine the witnesses called against you. That means to see, hear, and question them, to call witnesses to testify for you, and if you choose to testify in your own defense. But you're not required to testify because you also have a right of silence. That right is protected under the Idaho and federal constitutions, so you can remain silent throughout these court proceedings, and that can't be held against you in any way. What you do need to remember, though, is that anything you do say, other than to your lawyers, could be used against you in a later court proceeding. Do you understand that? Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. You also have a right to appeal any final decision of the court. In order to exercise that right, you need to file a notice of appeal within 42 days of that final decision, or that right is waived. Also, if you are not a United States citizen, any finding of guilt in this state could have adverse consequences to your legal status. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Any questions about the rights?
No.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kohberger. So let's go to the indictment. Do you have a copy of the indictment in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And you see in the heading your name there. Is that your correctly spelled complete name?
Yes, it is.
Is that the correct birth date underneath your name?
Yes.
Are those the correct last four digits of your social security number?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to read you the charges on the indictment.
starting with count 1, burglary. That is a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-1401 and 1403. This alleges that you, on or about November 13, 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, did unlawfully enter a residence located at 1122 King Road, Moscow, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder. Count 2, murder in the first degree. That was a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. This alleges that you, on or about November 13, 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Madison Mogen, a human being, by stabbing Madison Mogen, from which she died. Count 3, murder in the first degree, a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. This alleges that you, on or about November 13, 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Kaylee Goncalves, a human being, by stabbing Kaylee Goncalves, from which she died. Count 4, murder in the first degree. That's a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. Alleging that you, on or about November 13, 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Xana Kernodle. Excuse me. This is hard. I'm sorry. Xana Kernodle, a human being, by stabbing Xana Kernodle, from which she died. Count 5, murder in the first degree. This is a felony under Idaho Code Section 18-4001, 4002, 4003, and 4004. This alleges that you, on or about November 13, 2022, in Latah County, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and with malice aforethought, kill and murder Ethan Chapin, a human being, by stabbing Ethan Chapin, from which he died. This is signed on May 16, 2023, by the presiding grand juror. So now I'm going to go to the maximum penalties of each charge, starting with count 1, burglary, minimum 1 year, up to 10 years in imprisonment, fine of up to $50,000 for both fine and imprisonment, restitution for the victim's economic losses resulting from the crime. For counts 2, 3, 4, and 5, murder in the first degree, maximum penalties, life in prison or the death penalty. Fine of up to $50,000 for both fine and life in prison or the death penalty. Restitution for the victim's economic losses resulting from the crime. Also, additional fine of up to $5,000 to be paid directly to the victim's families. If you are found guilty or plead guilty on each charge, and the maximum sentences are imposed consecutively, that means one right after the other, you could be facing 10 years in prison, followed by 4 consecutive life sentences or death penalties, fines of up to $200,000 and $20,000 to be paid directly to the families, with any restitution resulting from the crimes. Okay.
Kohberger, do you understand the charge in count 1, burglary?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge in count 2, murder in the first degree?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge in count 3, murder in the first degree?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge in count 4, murder in the first degree?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Do you understand the charge in count 5, murder in the
Yes.
first degree? Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Taylor, is Mr. Kohberger prepared to plead to these charges?
Your Honor, we will be standing silent.
Okay, because Mr. Kohberger is standing silent, I'm going to enter not guilty pleas on each charge, counts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, at this juncture, the state has 60 days to give notice of intention to seek the death penalty. And Mr. Kohberger has a constitutional and statutory right to a speedy trial. So let's start with you, Ms. Taylor, and then Mr. Thompson to discuss scheduling.
Your Honor, we'd ask the court to set this trial at the very outside of the speedy trial, right? We're not prepared to do anything but ask the court to do that today.
Okay. And we counted out, and that will be November.
I have not counted it out, Your Honor, but I believe that we did it out November 22nd and 26th. Maybe November, somewhere in there. So I'd ask the court to set it for an October trial date.
How long do you think it will take to try the case?
My best guess is it would take at least 4 weeks, maybe 6.
So you'd like me to set this for a 6-week trial?
At this point, I would, Your Honor.
Well, and in order to do so, I will have to get rid of some of the other jury trials I have, but this is more critical and more important. So, Mr. Thompson, what's your?
Those trial dates are workable for the state judge.
Thank you. About October 2nd, starting.
Yes, sir.
That work? Okay, for 6 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Anything else we need to address today, Ms. Taylor?
Not with regard to the trial setting, no.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Thompson?
Nothing to say at this time, no.
All right. So with that, by the way, I do want to let everybody know, if they don't already know this, that once the grand jury issued the indictment, the preliminary hearing scheduled to start on June 26th was no longer needed and was vacated. So some people are confused about that. So I thank
council, and the media and the public for your attention and respect. So we are adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, and off he goes. Oh, here are the shekels. Okay. Welcome to my house. Not really. Just hold on one second. Okay, that's the end of that. I want to show you this, which you guys are asking, what does standing mute mean? Stand mute definition by D. Lewis and Dickenstein. Stand mute. And at an arraignment, let me zoom in for you a little bit. A defendant is asked how they plead to the crimes charged against them. The defendant can plead guilty, not guilty, or stand mute. So those are the options they have. Okay? Standing mute means a defendant does not take a stance on being guilty or not guilty. They remain silent. Standing mute or remaining silent has the same effect as pleading not guilty, because a judge or magistrate will enter a not guilty plea on the defendant's behalf. So that's what he chose to do, which I don't really know what to say about that. And yes, it is unfortunate that the judge got Kaylee Goncalves' name and Xana Kernodle's name pronunciation wrong. I would gather he's under a lot of stress. But yeah, that still sucked. Okay, so let me take this off for a second and see what else we have going on. Just hold on. We're still busy with this search warrant. And I want to see what Bryan Anthony is saying here. Kohberger arraignment video on News Nation right now. Okay, well, we've just seen it on WFLA, so that was fast. That was there. Let's see what you guys are saying. Josh the Posh says, I'm not sure we have this in Texas. We have no contest. No context. Wait, what? Did I read that correctly? Sorry about that. Botched that one a little bit, I think. Jules, are all trades to crime? Welcome. You say she knows she's on national worldwide TV. She couldn't straight that ponytail ring out of her hair. Shaking her head. Oh, man. Bring on the snark. Laura Roten said, I would think his lawyer would have to have some security for her own safety, wouldn't you? Well, he's innocent or proven guilty. I don't know what to say to that. I would think so, but there's security all around there in the courtroom, right? Jenna says, I really want to play that piano behind you. Okay, so there's no new news over here. Yep, there's nothing there. Let me quickly check this here. My inbox is blowing up. Yeah. So, yes, October 2nd, 2023, the trial date has been tentatively set. Can it actually be delayed some more? Yeah, sure, it can. It can. But that's when it's set for right now. And they expect it to last 4 weeks, maybe 6. So, let's see. Vanessa says, I still don't get why you would stand mute. Personally, I think it's a psychological reason. Don't you think? It's almost like, I don't know, keeping a sense of control or something. You could say not guilty. That could seem like something you could do. Sure. But I mean, we all know he's a bit odd, right? He likes to do the odd thing. So yeah, I don't really doubt that. Also, if you guys haven't seen this Cooler.co virtual tour of the house, it's really an excellent virtual tour that HUUX has put together. So you could see photos. You can go over the whole case and look at what happened, you know, from which side and all of that if you wanted to. If you've missed it, I'm just showing it to you in case you haven't ever seen that. I want to show you here, Bryan Anthony said 3 minutes ago, statement from Kaylee Goncalves' family. And I want to show you that. The family would like to thank everyone for continuing to follow this case and keep the memories of Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan alive. They are what is important, not the defendant. That's what we said, right? We've got their, we are supporting them. We got their backs, right? Sarah says, "Are his legs in chains?" I do think they are. Yes. So they say they are what is important, not the defendant. We are thankful that the Latah County District Attorney's Office finally took the case to a grand jury and came back with an indictment. At the same time, we are disappointed that the judicial process has not been more efficient in addressing the gag order. This is just the beginning of a long journey for all the families, and we are thankful for your continued support and coverage. So that's what's just been tweeted out by Bryan Enton. Very thankful for Bryan Enton tweeting out minute-by-minute updates. Really helps a lot. So yes. Happy birthday to anyone who's having a birthday here. That comment I wanted to put up on screen just flew by. Lorraine says Grizzly's got the family's backs. We always do support the victims. We do. This is about them, right? Yes, Janet says Grizzlies are here for the victims. So I'm going to keep you posted on what happens with this next hearing, which if you do want some reminders, what is the next hearing? You can go here, Idaho Cases of Public Interest. And if you missed it in the beginning, I'll just show you. Remember all these search warrants? That's what I'm saying. If they already knew that he bought the K-bar on Amazon in April, then why did they need all these search warrants to try to find where he bought? There was a lot related to the knife, right? Rebecca, welcome to membership. Yes, and Right On says, best mods, we could not do this without them. We won't be too much longer now. I just want to show you this quickly, which is this one and this one. So that's the motion hearing. So now at 10 a.m. is a scheduling conference. That's what's happening now. Scheduling conference, John Judge at the Latah County Courthouse, okay? So that's what they say there. And this one is at 11 o'clock, which is later. That will be on the hour in 40 minutes or so. A motion hearing. And if we go to this one, yes, it's this one. Second amended order, vacating hearing and setting scheduling conference for motions, amended non-dissemination order. So let's just quickly have a look at this. Loki Geldenes, hello, how's it from South Africa? South African, ZAR means South African rands. Thank you so much. That's hometown. Really, really appreciate it. So if we look at this one, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. They say, this is what's happening today, right? There's 2 more hearings, scheduling conference and a motions hearing. The motions hearing is about the gag order. A motion to appeal, amend, and or clarify amended non-dissemination order and a memorandum in support of motion for appeal and or clarification of the amended non-dissemination order were filed by the counsel for the Goncalves family, that's Kaylee Goncalves' family, on February the 3rd, 2023. A petition for writ of mandamus or a writ of prohibition was filed with the Idaho Supreme Court on February the 6th, 2023, titled The Associated Press et al. And a long title there, which we've looked at before as well. A memorandum of points and authorities relating to the non-dissemination order, an affidavit of Latah County Prosecutor William W. Thompson Jr., we saw him in court today, by the way, the prosecutor, right, were filed by the state of Idaho on February the 8th, 2023. An objection to motion to appeal, amend, and or clarify non-dissemination order was filed by counsel for Mr. Kohberger on February the 9th, 2023. On February 27th, 2023, the court issued a notice regarding a hearing date on motion to appeal, amend, and or clarify amended non-dissemination order, providing notice that the Goncalves motion would be set for a hearing upon the issuance of the Idaho Supreme Court's decision in the Associated Press et al. Versus the 2nd Judicial District. On April 24th, 2023, the Idaho Supreme Court issued an opinion dismissing the Associated Press et al.'s petition for writ of mandamus or writ of prohibition. Kat M says, have a coffee or gin and tonic on me for all you do. I will have a coffee. I don't drink anymore. So thank you so much. I will have a coffee. I really like coffee a lot, yes. Okay, on April 28th, 2023, the court issued a notice of hearing setting the Goncalves motion to appeal, amend, and or clarify amended non-dissemination order for hearing on May 25th, 2023. On May 2nd, 2023, the Associated Press filed a motion to intervene and a motion to vacate the amended non-dissemination order. The Goncalves motion and the Associated Press et al.'s motion concern the same subject matter, the amended non-dissemination order, and should be set for hearing at the same time for judicial efficiency. Therefore, after due consideration, it is hereby ordered that the motion hearing regarding the Goncalves motion to appeal, amend and or clarify the amended non-dissemination order scheduled for May 25th, 2023 is vacated. It is further ordered that a scheduling conference regarding the Goncalves' motion to appeal, amend, and or clarify the amended non-dissemination order and the associated press etal's motion to intervene and motion to vacate the amended non-dissemination order will be held on May 22nd, 2023. Oh, okay, yeah, at 10 a.m. That's why I was wondering, why is Bryan Hinton saying it's this now? But this is at 10 a.m. PST in person. So it's then the motion, scheduling conference. No, that's correct. It's correct. It's a scheduling conference. That's what they're having now at 10 a.m. in person. 10 a.m. scheduling conference. And then at 11 is a motion hearing, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, these two are related to each other. I think it's all about that. The gag order. Yes. Okay. If you want all the latest documents in the case, you can see the link right there. It's Idaho Cases of Public Interest. So, we love documents. Okay, let's look at Twitter one more time here. See what's happening. Kohberger is back in the courtroom for a gag order hearing. Okay. Kohberger is back in the courtroom. I don't know if we're going to see video from that. We might, actually. And maybe then we can... Thank you, Rochelle. Twins. We're doing it at the same time. Yes. So, yeah, Kohberger's back. We might see video from that. I'm not sure. If we do, maybe we'll meet again later when all the videos are out and everything's nice and clean to look at together. Let's do that. I just want to wait to see what else comes out because it could still be quite a while because this hearing, Kohberger's back in court for the gag order hearing. This could be a bit of a longish one. They've got 35 minutes left scheduled, but then also another hour based on that other one, which is the motion hearing. Now it's the scheduling conference. So if they're related to each other, it should still then be another hour and a half or so is what they've allocated to it. So that's what we have there. So thank you to Bryan Hinton for all these minute-by-minute tweets and Alexander Duggan as well. All the other reporters that do this on Twitter. It's really, really helpful, especially when we can't see anything. Imagine life without Twitter, you guys. Oh, my word. And if you do have Twitter and you do want to see the Dateline episode, then MB Inc. has shared it on his channel, on his page here. Matt Black Incorporated. At Matt Bianco 101 has shared it. He's got the video here, and he's also got the Dateline episode. This is a pre-recorded playback. Kohberger stayed silent. The judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. KREM breaks down what happened in the courtroom. So you can go watch that as well if you want to. Alexander Duggan said Bryan Kohberger stands silent during the plea. Yes, so go and check that out over there. And wow, oh my word, where have you been, Shailene? Did you follow the Gabby Petito case at all or no? Bryan Hinton is a news reporter. Yes, I'll show you now. I'm always like, what? Okay. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Bryan Hinton, senior national correspondent at News Nation, traveler, aviation nut, dog lover, total news hound, and you can email him there. So if you follow the Gabby Petito case, oh yes, then you know who Bryan Hinton is. He stood outside that laundry's home for weeks. Okay, see, there's nothing else new here. So, Grizzly Cat says news daddy. Oh my word. Some people do call him that. Yes. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I could literally be here for a very long time still, but let's not take hours with this. Let's see what comes out of the gag order hearing, which is the scheduling conference, and then the motions hearing. Let's see what happens there. I'll update you on my community tab. If there's anything that we can look at, like what can we see, what videos do they have, if it's interesting for us, I will go live again, whether that's today or sometime tomorrow. Maybe it's later today. We'll see. What's the time now? 7:30 my time. Maybe it comes out. We'll see. But thank you so much for watching the arraignment with me. If you missed it, just go back in the stream. I'm going to now work on timestamps for you. And mods, thank you so much. I will see you all in the next one, which could be soon. Okay, so make sure you subscribe with the bell on, like the video, share the video so that others can find us too. You need the bell on and set to all because now the default seems to be personal or, so make it all so that you don't miss notifications. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye.